Hello, my name is Feliska Ment. In life, we all hold on to a belief based on the environment we grew up in, what we hear, what we see, and what we talk about. And Ruth Kennedy and Teg is an exception to that because their beliefs that they hold on to race actually shaped their life and contributed to their growth. Ruth grew up in a single family home where the mother was employed by a white man and the mother was attending and taking care of the house. Anytime they have to go to the man's house, they have to pass through the back door instead of the front door. All these things were shaping Ruth as to what she will grow up to become. The environment that she lives in made her to understand that their great grandparents are products of slavery. All of this shaped Ruth. So it made Ruth grew up to become somebody that she wants respect to command. So she moved to even live in a white neighborhood that people will know that she has also achieved something, even though people cannot be judged based on their color of their skin, as to what Ruth was always telling the son. Ruth, as you can see, anytime they even have a play date in the mother's workplace, Christina, the age mate, will be sending Ruth when they have friends around that can you get a food? Can you bring this? Can you bring that? Because she was a person of color. That contributed to her growth. With Kennedy, I can say she will learn race from the mother because Kennedy did not grow up in an environment that people of different colors were there. She grew up in an environment that people were just like her. And as the story goes on, you will find out that Kennedy, they had a black person in the house that was waited on them, that was doing stuff for them. So that was Kennedy's experience. So to Kennedy, whatever race was not something that to her, she's not racist, but when somebody is being treated bad based on race, she's not going to say anything about it because that is her upbringing. Teg had a terrible beginning and contributed to him joining white supremacist group. When the brother was involved in an accident and the brother passed on, and the guy that the brother collided with was a black guy. So to Teg, justice was not being given to them because the black guy was set free based on the prospect of the story. Teg's mother took to alcohol and became alcoholic and their family disintegrated. So when the opportunity presented itself for Teg, Teg went and joined that white supremacist group. What was the turning point for all these three? We start with Ruth. Ruth, to me, her turning point came when Kennedy was able to make her get freedom. She saw that Kennedy, even though at the beginning she did not trust her because she was white, Ruth saw that Kennedy went out and did what was right, especially when Kennedy had told Ruth that she cannot use race at court. But then, when the time presented itself, Kennedy is the one who presented race to the jurors for them to see that Ruth Jefferson is just being accused based on the color of her skin. It is a race issue. Ruth was so proud, and that opens her biases. She was like, okay, it is not about you being black or being white. It's about the one that you are dealing with. What is the heart of that person? And Kennedy showed it to Ruth. Kennedy's own came about as a result of when they were at Target shopping and Ruth was being monitored by the employees. And then when they were stepping out, she was called and they searched her bag. Kennedy saw it but did not say anything. So after the conversation, Ruth made her to understand that even though you saw what they've been done to me, you did not say anything. So when you see a race card being played out, even though to you you are not a racist, but because you did not say anything makes you a racist. So Kennedy's eyes was opened and her thinking was changed. And that made her to use the race card at the court. So it opened and gives her a change of view as to how she sees what Ray is being played out. With her came as a result. His came as a result of him finding out that the wife Brittany was actually a black lady because the mother was black. When he got to know the story, he was like, wow. But then he loves Brittany. So he made the love that he has for Brittany conquered the color, the race color there. And from there, Ted begins to play parts as to how he's going to mold his life, even to the point of him marrying another woman because Brittany wasn't able to forgive herself and she died. And because he does not want to remember his past and he wants to live a clean life and stop off any biases, change his last name to take the wife's last name. That is how each and every one of them saw a point of change of view in what they are doing about their biases. Thank you.